Hello, you guys. It is 7 a.m., well, like 7:22 a.m., and I basically just rolled out of bed and I'm on a walk. It's one of my favorite things to do on like a Saturday or a Sunday because nobody's up at this time. Especially on a Sunday where I live, nothing is open. So I love leaving my house, getting up super early, and then just walking around. Oh, there's something about like getting up early and just moving your body that feels so good, but also just like knowing that like no one else is up at this time. I don't know, I feel like a badass, but anyways. So I wanted to share with you about my photo shoot yesterday. So I'm going to be getting professional photos done for my business. That's going to be so exciting. I'm just ready to like honestly take things to the next level. Sometimes you just have this like gut feeling that even when things are going really well, you just know that things could be better. And maybe this is even with your relationship with food, like maybe you're starting to have, less binge urges, but you're like, I want my urges to be gone. Or maybe you're starting to feel a little bit less guilty about eating certain foods, but you're like, no, I want the guilt to be gone. And you're really looking to go from like, things are not horrible, but I just want things to be better. And that's where I'm at right now. So I'm going to be taking some professional photos and I'm speaking with a few photographers, which is so exciting. But the process is, pretty lengthy. So in the meantime, I wanted to just get Andrew to take some photos of me. And oh my gosh, God bless this man's heart. We yesterday needed to pick up some tiles in Burlington, which is like an hour from where I live. And we decided to take some photos there. They have like an area where there's some like greenery and some water. So he's just so patient, and he literally spent like 3 hours or something like that, just taking photos and videos of me, and they turned out so good. Oh, I'm so excited for you to see. I already like posted a few on my Instagram stories, and I'm like, things are about to take, or what did I say? I'm about to take things to the next level. Like, I'm just so excited. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this photo shoot. So a few years ago, I used to hate seeing myself in photos. When like you feel pretty good, like let's say you have a day and you're like, oh, I feel pretty good in my own skin. And you're like, oh, like that dress looks so nice. And then like you try it on and then you like look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, is that actually me? Like, is that what I actually look like? How come it looked so good on the hanger? How come it looked so good on that model? Or, I thought this was going to look so good, or I was feeling so good in my own skin. And then you try it on and you're like, this doesn't even look like me. I had so many of those moments a few years ago, like thinking that, okay, like I feel pretty good today. And then I would try something on and I would look at myself in the mirror. And I just felt like I was looking at somebody different. Like it didn't even feel like I was looking at myself. Or, I'd be, feeling all cute in the photo. And then I automatically would go and look at the photo because that's what I used to do. Like somebody would take a picture of me. I'm like, I need to see right now. And I would look at it and I would just tear myself apart. Like literally the first thing I would do is I would look at that photo and I would go straight to my arms and I'd go straight to my stomach because those were two of my insecurities. I would always have people tell me like, you have such big arms. And I get it. I'm very muscular. And a few years ago, I was doing this whole bodybuilding thing. So I was building a lot of muscle. And I know people were telling me in like a good way of like, you know, your arms look so big, and they were like making like a macho man face. Like, your arms look so big. And I get it, like they were saying it in a nice way of like, oh wow, you're so strong, you're so muscular. But I took that as, you're telling me my arms are big, I need to lose weight, I need to be smaller. And I also had like bloating issues, and obviously when you're binging, man, you just feel like your stomach is like pooching out the whole time. And I just struggled a lot with a lot of bloating issues for the beginning stages of my journey as well too, when I was binging. And so every time I saw a photo of myself, it was just automatically, my arms are too big, oh, look at my stomach. Or even just like little things like, oh, my teeth, or like, I would just be tearing myself apart. And now I just like did a photo shoot yesterday, and I just felt so much joy. I wanted to do this photo shoot to really just celebrate my binge-free life. Like, I am 4 years binge-free, and it's so easy to just kind of like brush it off because it's been 4 years and I've just like maintained it effortlessly. But I'm like, I'm going to celebrate this, number one, but also like, I want to showcase my joy. Like, my life truly feels magical every single day. And I feel like I'm just going to get emotional here because like, just being able to ask Andrew to take photos of me, like volunteering that and be like, Andrew, can you take a photo of me like running around? Like, we were just laughing yesterday because I was doing this thing where I wanted to run and then slow down the video so it can be like slow motion, you know. I'm obviously not like a photographer or a freaking model, but I was like, that sounds pretty cool. And I was running and I like put my arms out, and I just started laughing. I'm like, I feel like a bird. Like, we just started laughing, and then Andrew started singing that like, I'm like a bird song. It was just so funny. Anyways, I just had the best time yesterday. It was so much fun. And I didn't even look at the photos. Like, I looked at it just to make sure like the lighting was correct. And like, I don't know, like you couldn't see my bra, because sometimes when my husband takes pictures, I'm like, Andrew, you can full on see my bra. Or like, did you not see the strand of hair directly in my face? Like, men don't really notice that, to be honest. So I'm just like, I just need to make sure that like we're on the right track. And sure, like there were some photos that I was like, okay, don't love that angle, but that's it. That's it. It's not like, oh, you're not taking the photos right. Like, my mom used to take photos of me when I used to do like the whole fitness stuff, and she used to videotape me. And I used to put these videos on my Instagram. I had an entire Instagram account where I would basically just post like my workout videos. And I would blame my mom. I would literally blame my mom. I'd be like, Mom, you're not getting the angle right. Like, you know, you have to go this way, or doing it too high up, or you're not taking it correctly. And it was not about her. She's not a photographer. But I was so insecure that I just needed somebody to blame, to be honest with you. And that wasn't right. But yesterday I had so much fun. Just felt so free. I truly just felt so free. So happy. Just so full of joy. And even in the past, besides not wanting to take photos or videos, I also used to diet for them. Like, if, for example, I knew that, hold on, sorry, there's a truck going by. Hopefully you can still hear me. I really enjoy doing these on my walks. Like, oh, I just love it. Anyways, a few years ago, when I knew that I would be in a bathing suit, I would not eat all day. Like, if we knew that we were going to go to the beach, I wouldn't eat. Or I would eat something so small that I was like, I don't want to look bloated, so like, I'm just not even going to eat. Or I would literally not even drink water. because I'm like, I don't want to look bigger than the way that I am right now. And man, how disrespectful. How disrespectful is it to just not eat because you don't want to look bloated? Like that is, my heart goes out to the younger version of myself that I like starved to death because I didn't want to look bloated at the beach. Like it's just crazy. And I went from that, like basically not eating, or I actually used to do like these fitness photo shoots, and of course I would diet ahead of time. And many of you guys know, like I used to do like bodybuilding competitions and all that crap. But when I wasn't doing those, because I knew that obviously that was like not healthy, it wasn't what I wanted to be doing, but I was like, let me book a photo shoot, because I really liked, having something, whether it was like, okay, I'm going on vacation, or oh my gosh, these trucks are so loud. Here I'm telling you, nobody's around at 7 a.m, and then all these trucks decide to come out. I'm like, go back in your, I don't know. You're not supposed to be out. Anyways, I love like booking something. Again, whether it was like a trip or, obviously when I used to have my competitions, it's like, oh, we got 12 weeks to go. We got 16 weeks to go. Or, just saying, hey, I'm doing an 8-week challenge or whatever, because it was like exciting to like kind of count down the time. And so I would basically just like book a photo shoot so that I can like count down the days of like, okay, this is how many weeks I have left. And it was fun. Obviously, like it was silly. Like basically like dieting just to have your photos taken. Like it was crazy. But I went from not eating all day just so that I didn't look bloated. I went from hating having my photos taken, always just like tearing myself apart and just always looking at like what I didn't like in my body. Like, oh, my arms are too big, or I look so bloated, or like, I don't know, like the way my smile is. Like I would always just tear myself apart, to literally asking Andrew to take my photos and be so excited for the feeling that I wanted to like show in these photos. And we actually went right before I went to go take photos. We went out for lunch and we had burgers and fries, and we had a cookie and an acai bowl. Literally right before. And that would have not flied a few years ago. Like I would have been like, oh, that's like a cheat meal for after the photo shoot. And instead, we literally went to this place. It's called Lettuce Love. We love it. Andrew and I go there all the time. And it's not close to us. The closest one is an hour away. But since we were in that area, we're like, perfect. Like, let's definitely go there. And this is how free I feel with food now, and just comfortable in my body, and just feel amazing in this life. So we get to the restaurant, or like this place. It's not really a restaurant, but anyways, we get here, and basically we just walked in, and I had my camera, I had my phone. So I just also wanted to like just secure our table outside, because there's tables that you can obviously utilize outside, or you can go inside. And I was like, okay, you can go inside and just like get whatever you want. And he's like, okay, well, like, what do you want? And I'm like, just grab something for me. Like, just whatever you want. I literally was like, just order me whatever you want. That, again, would have not flied a few years ago. I would have literally had to go up to the front, ask for what I specifically wanted, make sure that the menu didn't change, because, ooh, what if the menu changed and there's something better? Or like just silly things like that. And I knew that I wanted to get a burger and fries and an acai bowl, because an acai bowl is just, oh, they're just so good. They're just so refreshing. They're so good. I love like the granola, the fruit, and I just love acai bowls. And I would have had to go to the front. Okay, what are the options? Okay, well, okay, this one has way too much sugar, or this one has way too much fat, or I would literally overanalyze and overthink, and that's just so silly. But anyways, so I just told him, I said, go order whatever it is that you want. He's like, okay, I'm going to surprise you. I'm like, sweet. Like, just even that, felt impossible a few years ago. But he comes out, and the first thing that we get, I don't even know what he ordered because he didn't really tell me. So we're sitting down, we're just chatting, and then this delicious chocolate chip cookie comes out, and I'm like, it was so good. It was so I don't like hard cookies. Hard cookies are just a no for me. And it was this soft, chewy, delicious cookie. And we had that. And then what came out next? Oh, and then the acai bowl came out. And I was like, what is this one called? And he's like, it's the OG. So apparently it's the original one, but it had banana, it had strawberries, it had blueberries, granola, coconut flakes. It was just so good. And so we had that. And then we also had a burger and fries, which is so good. And there was a little bit of, I'm just literally trying to open up my umbrella right now because it's starting to rain. We had the burger and fries, and on the side where the burger and the fries were, there was some ketchup. And me and condiments, yeah, we used to not be friends. I used to be terrified of them. I'm like, this is just calories that I don't necessarily need. But for me personally, I like dipping my fries in a little bit of ketchup. I don't need to drench them, but just a little bit. I enjoy it. It's just a little bit of a different flavor. I really do enjoy it. And so many years would go by and I would never allow myself to have it because I'm no, probably shouldn't have it, or that's extra calories. I shouldn't allow myself to have it. And I just had the fries, had the burger, had the cookie, had the acai bowl, and then we literally went and took pictures. Why? Because I don't eat until I'm sick anymore. I don't eat until I'm so full and bloated anymore. And that's a huge thing because when I used to go to restaurants, it was the all or nothing mentality. It was well, if we're here and we're also, you ordered a cookie, okay, well, obviously I'm going to eat that. And then, well, because I already ate the cookie, I'm going to finish the burger even if I'm full, or because I ordered it or I paid for it, obviously I'm going to finish it. And I remember a few years ago going to this place and I would feel so full afterwards because they give you a huge portion, okay? It's not a little tiny burger and 3 fries. It's a big portion. And I remember leaving there always feeling so full, always feeling just so full and heavy and bloated. And I literally just went and did a photo shoot. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is to share that things can become even better than you would have even imagined. You're going to get to a point where you can take photos and what you see in the photo is your smile. What you see is your happiness. It's not, let me see this photo and then automatically you go right to your arms, you go right to your legs, you go right to your insecurities. I replayed videos that Andrew took so many times last night, not because I was obsessed. I'm just literally looking at my phone, just being so happy because this is a life that I created. I just was watching that video of me basically just running around with my arms out and just running and just feeling so happy. That feeling is indescribable. It truly is. And I'm sure you're probably going to see the video when I post it on my Instagram or my TikTok or my Facebook. And I just want you to know that things are about to get even better than you could have ever imagined. I never, ever, ever would have thought that this is my life right now. 4 years, completely binge free. going to the restaurant spontaneously. We didn't really plan it. We went to go pick up tiles. So it was very spontaneous. And then Andrew got to order my meal. I didn't even order myself. Stopping when I was full, fully enjoying it, not overeating, just eating until content, eating until feeling satisfied, and then going and taking a photo shoot, not to show off my body, but to literally show off the happiness that this is my life. And it was interesting because I told you that I'm getting some professional photos taken, and when she asked me like, what are you thinking? And I straight up, I just knew, I was like, I just want to showcase my joy. What the heck is happening? Oh my gosh. So much for this being a quiet walk. There's these dogs barking like crazy. I told her, I said, I wanted to showcase my joy. That's what I want. I want you to showcase my happiness, because you guys, I have so many moments where I'm like, how is this my life? And I never want to take it for granted. I still to this day am just so grateful and so blessed. But also I put in the work. So it makes sense of why I'm here. I didn't just wake up one day and I'm like, I hope that I could do these things. No, I put in the work. I got the right support. I showed up for myself every single day. So it makes sense for why I'm here. And if you want to get to this point as well too, which by the way you will, it's really just asking yourself, what am I doing on a daily basis to move myself forward? Am I truly taking the necessary steps that I need to be able to get to that point? Because if you are continuing to do the same things, you're continuing to look at the menu ahead of time, you're never going to trust yourself when you actually get there. If you continue to eat past fullness, even though okay, I'm starting to get full, and you just kind of say F it, and you kind of just say, whatever, I'm here just one last time at the restaurant, you're going to continue to overeat. And so you have to be willing to do things differently. You have to be willing to lean into the fear, because sometimes it can feel scary to do things that are different and feel different for you. But I knew what I wanted. I knew that I wanted this life. I knew it. So even at the times where on my journey I felt fear, or I was scared, or there was uncomfortable feelings, it's I know what I want, and I'm going to keep going until I get there. And so yesterday I had the best time ever. Stay tuned for the photos. But again, I just want to showcase my happiness. Oh, I just dropped my keys. Oh my God, this is a shit show, you guys. I hope you're enjoying this podcast episode. You should see me right now. I'm literally holding my umbrella. I'm trying to grab my keys on the floor. 1 second. Oh man, this is hilarious. But I want to show you what's possible. The life that you're living right now is just about to get even better. And again, even if things are going better for you, you're having less urges, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable in your own skin, maybe you're even having a little bit less guilt, just freaking wait. Just wait, because things are about to get even better. You're going to have these moments in your day where you're literally asking yourself, how is this my life? You're literally asking yourself, wait, did I just ask my partner to go order whatever he wanted for me? Did I really just say that? Yes. Wait, did I actually just really stop when I was full? Yes. Wait, did I actually go out for dinner and I didn't even have the urge to binge? Yes. 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 This is going to happen for you. And I cannot wait for you to experience this, but you need to be willing to show up. You got to take action every single day. You got to remind yourself that that's what you want. So even in periods of fear or when you're scared, it's you have to stay connected to that deeper reason why. You got to stay connected to that future vision that you have for yourself, the life that you know that you're meant to live. And you focus on that every single day. Again, you step into your inner badass self, you're going to conquer binge eating. So this week I'm running, well, it depends on when you're listening to this, but I'm running my free 5-day masterclass on how to step into your inner badass to conquer binge eating. I am sharing with you exactly what it takes and who you need to step into in order to conquer binge eating. So I know what it takes. I know how to go from feeling out of control with food and thinking about food and fearing it to having no urges to binge, feeling so confident in my own skin, being able to eat whatever it is that I want, trust myself to know how much to eat, trust my body to stop when it's full, and you will get there as well too. So if you haven't yet registered for the free 5-day masterclass on how to step into your inner badass to conquer binge eating, be sure to register down below. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Go show up for yourself. Take action every single day towards a healthier relationship with food. And you're going to be so freaking mind blown for the life that you're about to live.